Happy Pride Month everyone, and welcome back to another DIY video. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this fabric right here that I picked up at my local Joann's, and I'm going to try to make two clothing items for Austin and Abigail. This fabric stood out to me because of the cute Mickey print that you see on there, and it really resembles two spirit jerseys that me and my husband have, which have this print on them. And if you look at it this way, it's the same print. It's just that this one has the filled in Mickey. So I thought it'd be really cute if I was able to make something for them, and then we can wear it, in celebration of Pride Month, but not only during this month, but throughout the year. So that's what I got going on. I'm gonna get to sketching some things out so I can play around with some design ideas that I have, and then see if I actually have enough fabric to make those things. So if you want to see how it all goes down, then keep on watching. So after I was done sketching out my general ideas, I went ahead and placed the fabric over Abigail. Now, it was 1.5 yards, so it was a lot of fabric, but I had clips that I got off of Amazon, so I was able to clip the fabric in different areas, take it in here, take it out there, and then I was able to see what I wanted to do with the fabric and how I wanted to utilize it. Once I was done playing with the fabric on Abigail, I knew that I wanted to go with a halter top that had a ruffle in the front that was asymmetrical. So I left enough fabric on each side so that I can create the ruffle right onto the fabric. So that's why you see that there's a lot of fabric that was folded over on the left and the right. So once I did that and pressed it, I got to sewing the hems. Okay, so I just finished with the top and the bottom hem. Now it's time to move on to the side. So I already went ahead and pressed it on the machine, so I know exactly where I'm gonna run that straight stitch through. Now I'm gonna leave space between the stitch because my plan is to go ahead and do the pulling method. I don't know what the exact word for it, but basically you leave a significant gap between the stitch, and then you go ahead and pull, and that allows the fabric to start bunching up. So let's do that now. So when you're creating a ruffle like this, you don't want to do a back stitch at the ends. You want to leave it as is, and then you want to grab one piece of thread and gently pull the fabric in the opposite direction so it could create a ruffle. When you're doing this, make sure you work slowly and don't pull the thread too hard because it will pop and you'll have to start all over again. Alright, now that both of the ruffles are done, I am going to move on to the snaps. I did want to say that once I do the ruffle, I then go back and do a straight stitch to kind of keep it in place. That way they don't come undone. So that's what you see here. I went back right along the same line and then did a straight stitch to keep it all together. So without further ado, let's get to the snaps. And here is Abigail's shirt with the nice little ruffle detail in the front. You can see I added this. Alright, so it's Antonio from the future, and I'm here to let you know that that shirt looked cute when it was flat, but when it was on, it was not giving me the fantasy that I wanted. It was not looking as cute as I wanted it to look on her. So I went back to the drawing board, seam ripped everything so I can reuse that fabric, and I made her a new shirt, and here's what it looked like. So while I think both of the shirts were very cute, the second one was far better when it was on. Take a look. Now it was time to make Austin's shirt. Now I did want to do something very ambitious, which was make a short sleeve button down collared shirt. And it's a mouthful and it was definitely a lot of work. But I started by taking a shirt that we already had in his wardrobe and kind of using that as my template. And I carefully laid it on the fabric and started marking off each piece that I would need to cut out to form the shirt. Okay, so I just finished cutting out the sleeves, which I believe is the last piece that I needed based on what I saw on the shirt. Now, I did see a video where it mentioned adding interface to the collar. So I will be adding interface to the collar and the button area in the front because it gets a lot of wear. So I'm gonna be adding interface there. Yeah, first time I'm doing this, not sure how it's gonna turn out, but fingers crossed. But let's get to the sewing. Okay, y'all, so I've been at this for a while now. This collar, Abigail's playing with the clips. And while she was doing that, I was trying to get this collar done, and it's looking pretty good. I mean, I could leave it like this, but I really want to add the collar since that was my initial intent. But this is definitely a style that I will be revisiting in the future. So it definitely took a lot of patience to get this collar band on, and I had to work very slowly. So keep that in mind when you're working with curves because it was very difficult. But now I'm going to move on to getting the collar onto this shirt. So as you can see, I went ahead and added the collar and it is looking so cute. I also went ahead and added the snaps. I was going to do buttons, but I ended up just doing snaps. And if you notice right here, like this little dot, that was with a pencil. So I marked off where the snaps were going to go with a pencil. That way I can ensure that they went in the right spot. I did want to mention that with the collar, so like this band, you sandwich in this piece and then the collar piece into this band right here. So that's something that I noticed when I was looking at the shirt, and definitely gives it that nice finished look. And if you notice here, you see like I had cut the fabric too short, so I just added a little piece right there and it ended up still working out very nicely. And I didn't add a button on the top because I don't plan on closing it all the way, so I'm just gonna leave it just like that. But here it's what it's looking like. Now it's gonna be time to see it on Austin. If you enjoyed this DIY, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. I will catch you in the next video. Till next time, bye.